Hey, welcome back to the channel. My name is Keith and I'm sure glad that you stopped by today. Another beautiful day, y'all. Beautiful evening out here on the deck. And we got a special guest out here on the deck today. I got my oldest son with me out on the deck. And y'all, it's time. He asked me that question. Hey, Dad, I need to work on my grilling game. Can you help me? So that's what we're going to get into today, y'all. We're gonna talk to Mike a little bit. Help him work on his fundamentals to see if we can get him leveled up in his grilling game. So if that sounds good to you, then let's dive in. So now these coals right here, come on, Mike, take a look. I would say these right here are ready to pour out. Can you see it? Mm-hmm. So what did we talk about the signs? How do you know these are ready to pour out?
Well, there's a steady flame. That's right. And then there's a clean, like there's no dirty smoke or anything.
That's right. The smoke is clean. You see that nice steady flame. So those are signs that these are ready to pour out. All right? That's what we're looking for.
So how do you know? Well, I'm asking, like, do you have to flip on a timer? Like, is it like if it takes an hour, do you usually like flip it like every 30 minutes, or like how does that work? Yeah. Like, how do you know when to flip though?
So when it comes to grilling, I'd say, man, don't think about it like it's a timer. Think about it like, ask the question, when do I flip? And then you got to back up and say, well, what are we trying to accomplish? What we're trying to accomplish is we want these leg quarters to be nice and crispy. We want them to be even done, right? We don't want to serve up raw chicken. What does it take for us to get there, right? So now, before we say when do we flip, why do you flip?
So you get an even cook?
You get an even cook. Why else do you flip? What does it take now? You say so we can get an even cook. How does flipping help us get an even cook? What is it doing when we flip the meat? So yeah, you just mentioned that. I asked you why do we flip, and we flipped it for evenness. We want both sides of the food to be even. We don't want one side to be more charred or done than the other. But another reason why we flip, especially in a direct heat cook like this, I flip for fire management. So you were asking me just a minute ago about flare-ups and gas grills. Yes, that's an issue.
Okay.
So do you know what a flare-up is? Like how it happens?
I'm trying to see. Is it the fat? You saying like the fat from the food?
Yes.
Can cause a flare when it hits the hot coals and stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
It hits the hot coals, and those grease drippings hit the coals, and that could cause this sudden burst of flame. Right. That happens, and that's not a bad thing, because that's actually what gives charcoal grilling and grilling, right, that unique flavor. Is those drippings hitting the coals, and they typically vaporize into flavor and smoke that comes back up into the meat. But sometimes when that happens, you can get a flare, right? That will start. And if that flare up happens and it finds another fuel source to jump onto, it can be a problem.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Let's say I coated my chicken with olive oil and I got oil on my grates. That sudden burst happens, that flare, and some of that flame touches that olive oil, or it touches the grates, right? Now we can go across the whole grill. Let's say we don't clean our grill real good, and we have old grease from a leftover cook, like on the walls of the grill. That flare up can now jump on those walls, and you can go from a flare up to now a grease fire. You know what I'm saying? And you see maybe videos on YouTube where people's entire grills have been engulfed with a fire, and it could happen to anybody. But that's why you got to be vigilant, you got to be alert, and you got to do the things you need to keep a clean grill to try to prevent that from happening. So yeah, that's how a flare up turns into a full-on just grease fire.
Okay. So what made you want to do it on the Weber instead of a char griller?
I had a subscriber who asked me about cooking chicken leg quarters Weber. Cooking chicken leg quarters direct on the Weber. And I'm replicating the same cook they were trying to do.
Okay.
So I'm doing this. I've done this cook before, but I want to try the same cook with B&B briquettes, just to see how does that impact fire control.
Okay.
Because what I found with the B&B briquettes is that you get a more stable heat.
Okay.
With Kingsford Originals, the briquette I use a lot, is very hot at the beginning. It's so hot, man, that we could have flare-ups right now. We could have a lot of things right now, and then it stabilizes. But with these, they're like steady out the gate, and you don't have that huge temperature ramp.
Okay.
So it's really trying to replicate that cook, and also trying to learn too at the same time about how B&Bs perform on this Weber, and how they do with these leg quarters when I have a full grill of leg quarters. So yeah, I'm learning. All right, y'all. So y'all saw, man, Mike and I hanging out, chatting a little bit about grilling. So my question for you is, what you learned today for this session?
I learned a lot. I learned about like fire management. Learned about flare-ups and how they are started.
Yep.
And learned about ventilation, knowing when to use vents and when not to, and knowing you try to use little as possible, and you just depend on the fuel.
Yes, right.
And just knowing how much fuel to use and just getting used to that.
Yep.
And what type of charcoal and briquettes to use.
Yes.
And you found that B&B is really consistent.
Yes.
Throughout the entire grilling session. So yeah, I learned a lot, and hopefully at some point I can do my own grilling session at some point.
Yeah, man, we get you out here, have you do something. Did it make sense how with grilling, I tried to compare it to like you adjusting a bunch of knobs? How like there's so many variables and things that you can do different to achieve a different flavor. Did that make sense?
Yeah, so it's like you have different options.
Yes.
In doing something.
Yes.
To trying to get a different outcome, but hopefully a positive outcome.
That's right. That's right. From the wood selection, the type of wood, the type of seasoning, and you being able to dial all that in is what helps you level up flavor and unlock different flavors. So yeah, very good. So thank y'all so much for hanging out with us today, watching Daddy DIY Grilling. Until next time, grill boldly, serve proudly, and enjoy the process. This one meant a lot to film. I really enjoyed hanging out with my son during this cook. If you got someone learning to grill, definitely share this video with them. And a big shout out to our channel members. We're extremely grateful for your support. And remember, you can find all of our starter grilling guides at the URL shown on your screen, and there's a link in the description below.